morning, my friends. Happy Sunday. I'm Nikki and you are here with me again in the sewing room for another crafty chat. I have a few things to show you today. Not as many as I hoped I would have, but we all have weeks like that. I will have plenty for the next video, but you know, we've got a bit. I have a bit. I'm sure we'll have a few things to talk about. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. The weather has been glorious this week. We had our last little stint of cool. A few days there were quite cool, which was awesome. Because usually by now, like we're at the end of August, it's really quite like it's warming up. So it was kind of nice. I feel like we kind of got the Eka winds, which if you don't live near me, you won't know what that is. The Eka is a nickname for what we give our rural show, which comes into Brisbane every year. It's been cancelled 2 years in a row, unfortunately. But normally around Eka time or exhibition time, we have like this westerly wind that comes through and it's very icy. Probably for the last few years we've had the winds a bit later in the season and they haven't been as cold. But this year we had them like this week just gone, I feel. And it only lasts like, maybe 2 days. And yeah, it was nice and chill and I loved it. I loved it. But it's definitely just, yeah, spring is on its way. I can tell in the garden we've got a few deciduous trees. And yes, they're all full of green leaves now. So I did manage this week to go out with one of my friends that I haven't seen for ages. We went and had a look at a couple of fabric shops and I've got some stuff that I'll show you later on in the video that I managed to find, which is really cute. And yeah, other than that, it was just same old, just work, driving the kids around, you know, sports and whatnot. Yeah, so not a lot on the news front, really, to be honest. I do have a retreat coming up this week, or next week, or yeah, next week, and yeah, so that will be a bit of fun. So because of that, I'm not going to promise a video next Sunday. It might be a little bit later, just because I can't guarantee I'm going to have reception and I don't really want to be editing while I'm away, but I'm sure you'll understand because I'll have lots of lovely things to show you when I do jump back on. But anyway, let's have a look at what I did manage to do this week. Not a huge amount, but I did get some stuff done. So last week, you remember I started the Bats and Boos, which is the free Fat Quarter Shop Halloween stitch along, and I started it of course when everyone else was finishing, but that's just how I roll. And I managed to work on that a little bit, and this is where I'm up to. I've got 3 of the pumpkins, the bottom one's not filled in yet, 2 of the bats, and I've started on the border. I love this, it's almost like spider web in the background, which is gorgeous. I did have a boo-boo on one of the pumpkins. There's extra stitches in the bottom one, but from a distance or from a glance, can you tell? Can you tell that there's a boo-boo there? No? Oh, well, it's called Bats and Boos, so that's my boo. I made a boo. So these bottom corners are too pointy because I put an extra stitch in there. But I still think it looks okay, and it's not bad enough for me to want to unpick it. So that's how it's just going to look. I think this is going to be really cute. I'm not sure how I am going to finish this one off yet. I will have to have a look. One bonus, I guess, about being late to the party is maybe there'll be a lot of people finishing it and I can have a bit of a gander at how they're doing it. I don't have a lot of Halloween stuff around because obviously it's not really something that we do in Australia. But I kind of like the idea. Like getting all dressed up and eating chocolate. I just like it. So I have been really enjoying this. I love this center star. I think that's Really sweet. So this is stitched on 14 count Ada, isn't it? Yes, 14 count Ada, and it's just in a grey. You have to excuse my green zigzag. That's just the thread I had in the sewing machine that day. And yes, it's the, I think it's the call for flosses except for the grey. I just used a grey that I had in my stash, and it wasn't, I think, the right grey, but it still looks fine. So yeah, that's that one. I have been working on that one, and I think I've done quite a bit actually, because I'm pretty sure last week all I had done is one of the bats. So really, when you think about it, that's quite a bit, isn't it? So yes, happy with that one, coming along nicely. I didn't work on any of my other whips, but I did start a new one. Not a huge start, but it's a start all the same. So I started this one, which is Home of a Needleworker, and this is by Little House Needleworks, and I really adore it. I don't know if you can remember me pointing out this little house last time in the H. Oh, I really, really love it. I'm trying hard not to mark the pattern, because I'd love to be able to, when I'm finished stitching it, maybe using this as a giveaway so that someone else can actually have a go at this, because it's so cute. So I'm going to try really hard not to mark the pattern. And yes, I have started. It's not a huge start. In fact, it's just one color. All I've done is this top bit here. I'm stitching this on 20, I did write it down, I was good, 28 count antique ivory, which I think is what it calls for. And there we go, there's my start on the top. I made a boo-boo with this one already, and I run with them when I do, and I've put an extra stitch on the outside of each one by accident, and I don't know how I managed to do it, and then I just thought I'd even it up on the other side, and I'll do the same when we get to the bottom. And it's not that drastic, I figure, not enough for me to unpick it, because I didn't realize I'd done it until I'd started the bottom part. Now, I got really good advice from one of you lovely viewers last time, because I'm using Classic Colourworks thread for the first time ever. Someone said to me, make sure that when you do it, you do the crosses individually and don't do a run and then come back, because you miss out on the variegation if you do that. So I have listened to your advice. That's great advice, and I really appreciate when you guys leave comments like that are going to help me, being the new stitcher that I am. So yes, that was really, really good advice. So my threads, guys, I'm such, like, it's all just sitting in here in a big fat mess. But I've got, I think that's the colour that I've been doing. I think I've got all of the called fors except for one which I replaced with the DMC because I couldn't find it. So that's all the flosses, and they're just beautiful. Love them. Now, you know what's interesting is I am madly drawn to primitive stitching when it comes to cross stitch. Like, I just adore it, which has got all of these antique colors and, you know, the antique colored linens, and I am the complete opposite when it comes to fabric for quilts. Like, my sewing room is like, look. All brights. Bright. So everything is in here. Where were you? About there? Yeah. Everything in here is super, super bright, and as it should be in a sewing room, I think. But I want to be able to do this cross stitch to be able to display in the rest of my house as well. And I don't necessarily have bright in the rest of the house. The rest of the house tends to be more like natural woods and just like, I love antique type things. I'm not a very modern person, so it's not an ultra modern house. So yeah, like I think I'm drawn to, I guess, like they call it the primitive stitching. You're still not right. Sorry, it's I shouldn't fiddle with things. What am I doing? Ooh, okay, I think if I'm lopsided, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm drawn to the primitive side of things. I've got some patterns that I just super love, that I'm actually going to start this month, and I'm going to show you those in a minute. And I love the needleworker one. The ones that I actually want to put in the house are not the bright modern cross stitches. So this one up here, the biscuit tin, and I didn't work on my ice creams, which it hasn't got that long to finish, but I will finish that one. They're bright and colourful. They belong in this room. This room is all about bright and colourful. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? Because I have two different tastes. I guess my quilting, I'm probably more a modern traditionalist, maybe. Like I love the Tilda fabrics and things like that. I have made quite a few modern quilts, but I do, like I love Laurie Holt and things like that as well. Like if I was to look at my fabric stash, I've got a mix of everything, I guess. Definitely a mix of everything. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was interesting, that my quilting sort of style that I'm drawn to and my stitching style that I'm drawn to are completely different. But yeah, I was really happy to get this started, even though it's just, I mean, you can't even tell, it's such a dismal start. It's so tiny, but it's a start. So that one, I can't wait. I can't wait to have this one finished. I just can't wait. I just think it's adorable. And then, yeah, all of this to do. We'll get there. All right, let's put that away. I've got this one in a boring bag, so no point in showing you. It's just in a boring bag. The scissor fob is like, actually the zipper fob, sorry, is actually scissors. But yeah, anyway. Okay. That's almost it for what I worked on. The only other thing I worked on was, and it had to do with shopping. When we were out shopping, I managed to find, I've still got some left, some pre-cut fabric Hexis, and I have been basting like crazy. I have got a bowl of Hexis here, all basted, ready to go. Still have more to baste, but that is something that I did do. Look at those colours. See, fabrics, I choose bright. Bright. These are Bonnie and Camille's, and they are from the Shine On fabric range, I think. Or what is it called? It's Honeycomb Shine On, I think is what it said on the packet. Anyway, they're just pre-cut Hexis. It saves you a lot of cutting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm thinking it'll be either a table runner or a cushion. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think maybe a table runner. I don't know. Or a cushion. I don't know. I just want to play with Hexis. I could make them into a quilt, but I'd have to get a bit creative, because I think if I was to make an actual quilt with 1-inch Hexis, I'd probably need like 4,000 Hexis, and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I could do like a flower, try to make it a little bit more modern. I don't know. I'll have a think about it, but I just felt the urge to play with Hexis when I saw those pre-cuts. So I got them. So today is the 29th of August. We are at the end of August. September is my birthday month. First and foremost, yay! It's got to be an upside to getting older, is you get to have fun. So I am going to do what I have heard often said on Flosstube. I'm going to do a birthday start, and I've picked my birthday start and it is ready to go, and I've got all my flosses, and I thought I would share it with you today because I'm going to start this on my birthday on the 9th of September, and I thought if anyone else has got the pattern and they want to join me with stitching along, it could be a little bit of fun. So I thought I'd show you before my birthday in case you wanted to join in. So my birthday pattern is, I've already shown you this one. I'm really excited about it. My birthday pattern is Butterfly Cloche, and this is by Hello Liz Matthews, and I want this one for my dining room, and I really love it. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's what my birthday start is going to be. I think it's gorgeous. I really do. 1817, I'd be almost tempted to change to 1980 because that's my birth year. And if I started on a birthday start, that would possibly be pretty cool. But anyway, I have kitted it up. I've got all the flosses. It is a mix of DMC and classic It is a mix of DMC and classic Colourworks because I wasn't able to find them all. So that's just how it is. A lot of these DMCs I already had in my stash. I should show you my stash of DMC. You'll laugh. You'll laugh. Okay, so let me show you my stash of DMC. So this is how I first started collecting it. I used to love doing a lot of embroidery. I have got a couple little embroidery hoops around the room in different places, and I've embroidered on like things that I've stitched as well. Yeah, I've done a fair amount of embroidery, but with embroidery I kind of always changed up colors and did my own thing and did my own designs, and so I never really cared about what color numbers the DMCs actually were. So I would put them on bobbins and not write down what color it was. So stupid, so stupid. I have 2 boxes full of DMC threads. I have no idea what colors they are. No idea. So these I will pull out often as just change the color and whatever to try to use them up, because I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. So anyway, that's not very helpful when I need to find call for flosses. But I also then have, this is just as unorganized, I also then have this box full of DMC, all mixed in together, all the colors. I know you're probably cringing. So when I'm looking for colors, I literally have to go through my box. The reason I have all of these is because one of my best friends, she was working at a fabric store that closed down, and she managed to buy the DMC rack and all the leftover DMC, and she was kind enough to share some of the DMC with me, and this is it. This is what I got. So like, I'm so grateful, honestly, like so grateful, but I need to find a better way to store it than this. And she will be very proud to know that it's getting used. I actually think I've used more of the DMC than she has, but yeah, that's how I store it. It's not ideal, but I have an awful lot, so I try very much to use what I have without buying anything extra, hence why this has got DMC in there as well. So I tried to get the DMC first from my stash. If I didn't have it, then I got the beautiful classic Colourworks. And that is my birthday start. 9th of September is what I am going to do. I'm going to start stitching that. That's my birthday treat to myself. And if you think you'd like to join in, or if you've got this pattern sitting in your stash, or if you've seen it and like it too, yeah, let's stitch together. Let's stitch together. Maybe we could come up with a hashtag and tag each other, tag our work in Instagram posts, and we can see. That would be so cool. But anyway, that is my birthday start. Now, the other thing about September that I have discovered since floss tubing, oh my gosh, I'm so all about the floss tube. I can't get enough. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. September, they have beautiful cross stitches all around the globe in September. Do what is called Sampler September. And it's where you stitch on samplers in September. And I thought I might jump in on that as well. And so I have picked a pattern that I bought. I think I've shown it to you before, but I'll show it to you again now, that I'm going to start for Sampler September. And that is, I haven't kitted this up yet. I've only decided that this is what I'm going to do. It's Christmas Rose by Blackbird Design. So this will be my first sampler, guys. This will be my very, very first one. But it's Christmas. And Christmas pretty much starts in September. So I get to my birthday, have a wonderful birthday on the 9th. So nice and early in September. From that day on, we just do Christmas. It's all about Christmas from then. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start for Sampler September. So now I think in this, oh no, it does. It's got DMC. That's good. Weeks Dye Works is another one that I'm seeing in a lot of patterns. This has got Weeks Dye Works in it as well. And I don't know where to buy that. So if you know where in Australia I can get Weeks Dye Works thread, please let me know, because I'd like to give that a go too. But yeah, that's going to be my September stitching, as well as everything else that I've got going on there. Things that I'm taking on retreat, obviously, is going to be my stitching, and I want to get started on my Jane Austen quilt. I am the biggest Jane Austen fan. Like, it's ridiculous how much I love Jane Austen. I think this week alone, I have listened to a Jane Austen audiobook, and I have watched, I recently subscribed to BritBox, which is British TV and movies, all on a subscription channel. And they have got so many Jane Austen things on there, which is just awesome. So I've been watching those, and well, when I say watching, I've seen them so often that I'm actually stitching or sewing, or in this week's case, doing alterations. That's the sewing I did, was alterations. Doing things like that while I'm playing it, and I know them all so off by heart that I know exactly the spots that I want to look up and see what's going on. And the rest of the time I can picture it in my mind as I'm stitching. I've just watched it that many times. So I'm loving that. It's also got things on there like AbFab. I love AbFab. That's one of my favourite series as well. I'm enjoying that little subscription for something different. It is, at the moment, I think a free trial for, it's 1 or 2 weeks. And then after that, it's a paid prescription. But I don't think it's very expensive. I actually saw it come up on Instagram. It was an Instagram ad. I'm a sucker, aren't I? I'm like the perfect consumer. I really am. And yeah, I saw it on there, and I think, I can't remember. I think it was just an ad with someone putting on a bonnet, and I thought, I want to watch that. So anyway, new subscription. And because I'm going to be taking some time off work, and then I've got school holidays coming up, I thought, what better time? I'm going to need to do a lot of downtime and resting. Guys, I must be like exerting myself talking to you because my watch just told me that I've done all my exercise for the day, but I've just been sitting here. So I'm tricking it somehow. Weird. Okay, so the only other thing I have to show you is what I managed to buy when I was out shopping with my friend. And this is cute. All right. So, you know I'm all about Christmas. I bought some Christmas fabric, but it's so unusual that I had to get it. It's not your traditional fabric. I don't know how I'm going to do anything, like what I'm going to do, how I'm going to put it together. I bought a lot of panels and I will just have to have a play. But this is by Red Tractor Designs. And let's see, can you see that? It's very Australian themed. One of the most, I can't really read it. One of the most glorious messes in the world is the mess created in the living room on Christmas Day. Don't clean it up too quickly. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Look at the little chicken with its Christmas hat on. Dog on the couch that looks just like my dog. Just love it. The cow over there with his Santa hat. Love it. So that's one of the panels. And then there's this panel. Happy Christmas. You got the water tank. Look at the M with the cow butts. And even the top, the H. It's a cow sitting on top of a cow. I mean, come on. And then there's the outside portaloo. It's one of the P's. Oh, how awesome is that? And then, what's the bottom panel? This one here. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So cute. All the farm animals. So there's got those 3 panels. But wait, there's more. Then there is these panels, which are a different size again. And this one is Peace on Earth. And there's a little puppy dog, looks like Stella. Love that. And then on this side, it's, what does it say? It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. And then I just love that it's Australian. Look at the galah and the kangaroo, the chook with his hat on. And they got the lights in the gum tree. Love it so much. Everything's dry, as it always is that time of year. Dry brown grass. It's just so Aussie. I love it. Then we've got some border prints as well, which are also gorgeous. The border prints. I just love them. Look, it's even got a kookaburra, my favourite bird. So the border prints, there's quite a long thing. So there's those. And then the other piece that I bought was I got a couple of meters of this one. And this is the sort of fabric that you can look at and look at and look at and see something new every time. So we've got the Hills hoist with Christmas decorations, plum pudding, the dog with the reindeer ears, backyard cricket, mowing the lawns, the esky. Like, you could just Sydney Harbour yacht race, galahs. Like, every time you look at this fabric, you see something new. Every time. It's just adorable. I really love it. I mean, look on the clothesline. Little DTs on the clothesline. So, I'm gonna have fun with that. Oh, gonna have fun with that. So I don't even know how I'm gonna put that together, but I am going to put that together for a quilt for this year, and I'm going to just love it. Even though it's not Christmassy, it's very Aussie Christmassy, and I just figure if I can throw some green and red solids in there somehow, or I don't know how I'm going to work that one out, but I'm going to have fun trying to put it together. Okay, that is all I've got to share with you today. As I was saying earlier, I'm not really sure when the next video will be. Chances are it won't be on Sunday, but I'm sure that you won't miss me too much. I will definitely try to see you on my birthday or near my birthday, which is the 9th of September. And if you would like to join in some cross stitch with me on that day, that is what I'm starting. So you've got just over a week to go find some stuff to get stitching with that. It's really cute. It's really cute. I just adore it so much. Okay, that's all. I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'll talk just rot. Really, it'll be rot. I'll see you when I see you. I hope you have a wonderful week and a bit, 2 weeks. I don't know how long it'll be. No, it won't be 2 weeks. It'll be sooner than 2 weeks. I promise. Have fun, make lots of things, and take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.